Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Adrian Hernandez, your real estate mentor. And today, guys, we are talking about data. The best data to get, where to get it, how to find it, how to optimize it, and most importantly, how to make money from it. Let's dive deep, guys. So first and foremost, data, the king of data. All roads lead to data. Yes, prospecting and picking up the phone and making texts, outbound texts and calling and door knocking, that is all important. But what's more important is the people that we are going after. So you guys, I spent 8 years cold calling every single day, 4 to 5 hours a day, door knocking 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, till my knuckles bled, till my ears bled, till my eyes bled. I know what it's like to call lists and get nowhere. I got a question for you. Have you ever called a bunch of lists and got nowhere? Have you ever called a certain, prospecting list and made no contacts and wasted a whole bunch of time and made no money? I know I have. And this video is going to solve your problem. So, you guys, I want you to remember that the number one sales commodity is data. The number one sales commodity is data. So, if we can master data, we can convert more and make more money. And I want to help you. If you are doing just listed, just sold, where you're going into an area, or for instance, circle prospecting is what it's also known as, and you're grabbing a random area and you're just blasting a bunch of phone numbers, hoping that someone's going to call or answer the phone, I want you to think about going out and you say at a shooting range and there's a target, but the target is everywhere and you just have a shotgun and you're just shooting all over the place hoping that you'll hit something. Eventually you'll get lucky, right? But I gotta ask you a question. Would you rather just shoot aimlessly, or would you rather have a sniper go right to the target and hit it directly? And that's what we're here to learn today. How do we hit the target directly? How do we not waste so much time? Because I know that you got better things to do than to sit there and cold call till your eyes bleed. So if you're taking a mass list, what we need to do is we need to look for the people that are more than likely going to do something. We need to look for niche lists. And I always say, if you want to get richy, you got to start getting a little nichy, right? So what that means is that we got to find certain niches in our data, okay? Certain niches in our data. What do I mean by that? Meaning, I'm going to give you a list of niches. Probate, absentee owners, trustee, like when houses are in trust, right? And you've noticed that someone had passed away, houses that are in trust, that's huge. Divorce sales, okay? Notice of defaults and notice of pre-foreclosures. Tired landlords, okay? What are tired landlords? Tired landlords are people that have owned property for 10 years or more, and they have multiple properties. The best one, absentee owners that live out of state. There's a whole bunch of people in your area that own rentals, but they live in a completely different state. Let's contact them. I guarantee you they're looking to sell that property, right? Or high equity owners, right? Even low equity owners. And then for you real estate agents that are looking for listings, how about, I don't know, people that are over the age of 60, that live in a 2-story home, that have lived there for more than 20 years and have over 60% of equity. That's a pretty good list. Like, I would call that list, I would text that list, I would door knock that list. You see, guys, I want you to remember, the closer you get to the sun, the more heat you feel. The closer you get to these hot leads, these hot prospects, the more you're going to make money. The problem is that we gotta find these hot prospects. So with that being said, when you're pulling data, I want you to focus on those data points that I just gave you. The probates, the pre-foreclosures, the tired landlords. I want you to look for people that have to do something. If you guys are using batch leads, and I have a promo for you, you get I think it's $1,200 or $1,000 free seller records. All you have to do is go to batchleads.io/Adrian Hernandez, and we pull a lot of our data from batch leads. And inside of batch leads, when you type in, let's just say you're in Los Angeles County for an example. You go to batch leads, you go to property search, you type in Los Angeles, it's gonna give you quick filters at the bottom with all of the tired landlords, all of the pre-foreclosures, all of the absentee owners right then and there. It makes it super easy for you to find. So what I want you guys to do is to start to pull those lists. Don't go wide, right? Do not go wide. Let's go deep. Let's find a niche and let's go deep on that niche. This is really important. This is how you're gonna make the money, okay? And then there's a little thing called list stacking. This is gonna change the game for you. This is what's gonna make you $1 million this year. Check this out. What list stacking is, and you can do this inside a batch. What list stacking is let's just say that I pull a pre-foreclosure list. Let's say I pull a tired landlord list, and I pull a probate list, and I pull an absentee owner list. Well, what list stack says is that when I pull these 4 lists, I upload them into Batch, and Batch is gonna give me a list count. And Batch is gonna say, hey, Adrian, you know those 4 lists that you just uploaded? You know that probate, that pre-foreclosure, the absentee owner, right? And the, for instance, code violation, whatever I just said. Those 4, what it's gonna do is it's gonna say, hey, Adrian Hernandez is on 3 of those lists. Or Adrian is on 4 of those lists. Not only is he an absentee, but he's also going through pre-foreclosure, and they just experienced a death in the family, and they have a code enforcement. I gotta ask you a question. If somebody has all 4 of those things against them, what's the likelihood of them selling their home? It's pretty freaking high. I mean, do you think they're more likely to sell their house or some random neighbor that you just contacted, that you have no idea about who you're even contacting? You know it's option 1. It's always option 1. So what we have found, guys, and mind you, I spent 8 years cold calling and 8 years door knocking, and I spent 8 years trying to figure this out, so I know what I'm talking about here. When we started to do this, it was like putting blinders on, and all of a sudden things got really narrow, and now we were able to do way more deals in less time, because now I'm no longer shotgun shooting trying to hit a target. I'm sniper right at it. And now I only need to contact, for instance, 200, 300 people to get 50, 60 contacts to get 2 or 3 deals, versus contacting 600 people to only speak to 3 of them, to have to do that for 7 months to get a transaction. You know what I'm saying? So finding the right list, the right de-stress list, the right de-stress pointers, and then stacking those pointers to find out who has the most amount of points, and then going after them. That's how you're gonna take data, condense it, and make a shit ton of money from it. But if you're doing it wide, it's gonna be very hard. Okay, if you're doing it wide, it's gonna be hard. It's like shotgun shooting, trying to hit a target. It's gonna be very hard. So do me a favor. Right now, all the lists you've pulled, go into Batch and upload them, or go into whatever you're using the list stack, go in there, throw them in there so you can see who already you have on multiple lists, and go contact those people immediately. What we do, guys, is the people that have like, we'll pull 10 lists at a time, 7 lists at a time. The people that are on like 7 lists or more, we'll mail them, we'll call them, we'll text them, and I'll send someone to their door, because I know they have to do something. Unless they're out of state, then we'll send like an overnight FedEx package to them, right? To make sure it gets there, they have to sign off on it, they open it up, and it's a presentation of us wanting to buy their home. These are all the little things you can do, and the big things you can do to help increase the income you are making while decreasing the amount of time you're spending doing so. Take action on this immediately. And then I also have best practices for text messaging and cold calling videos that you guys can watch to help you bring this all together, because the cold calling and the text messaging does not happen without the data. Why? Because data is king, and it's the #1 commodity in our business. The more accurate data you have, the more deals you're gonna do. Cool? All right, you guys, I wanna make this super simple for you to utilize. Go take action on it immediately. You got questions, you got comments, post them down below. If you haven't done so already, let a colleague know about my channel, let a family member know about my channel, and I appreciate all of you. We'll see you on the next video. Let's go.